the actors' strike may actually be coming to an end, and it's theoretically possible it could come to an end by the end of this broadcast today, or if not within the next 48 hours, or, the nanny could come in and just blow up everything again, and we'll miss out on something. But here's the basic thing. You guys remember that last week we discussed that representatives for the studios, the AMPTP, basically set a drop-dead deadline. And they said, if we don't have a deal within about the next week, we are shutting down negotiations and we're not going to repick them up until January. Because they said, and we all kind of agreed with this. They said, look, if we can't get this thing settled by the end of next week, then we've missed our entire television dates. We can't get the new season of television done. We're not going to be able to get these movies into things that we're doing now. If we don't get it done within the next week, then we've got nothing to gain by even continuing negotiations until January. We're done. So they put out this drop dead deadline, about a week. And I said, and Chris and I both said on the show last week, you know what, maybe this is a good thing. Nothing can really get you motivated as good as a really harsh deadline with real consequences. And both Chris and I said, maybe this will motivate both sides to really get their asses off the couch and get a deal done. Well, Deadline has reported that they are now really close to a deal. This comes to us from Deadline, who write this. SAG-AFTRA and the AMPTP, that's the actors in the studios, continued to communicate intermittently Sunday as they close in on a possible reaching of a new deal that could end the 108-day strike. There is a feeling of optimism, a Guild source told Deadline today. Looks like we're in the final stretch. A senior studio source added, both sides expressed confidence a deal may be reached within days, but, as before, caution that the situation is still fluid. From our understanding, SAG-AFTRA and the studios have gained significant traction on bridging the gap over what has been termed as a success-based compensation, which is what the studios wanted, for streaming shows and their casts. All right. Before I saw the Deadline story, I had somebody write to me over the weekend and said this. They've got what we're calling residuals, but much like the writer's deal isn't really residuals. I've been told they've got that done, that part is already done. I've been told that the final hitch is the AI issue. And this is the issue that I think the studios are just being idiots about. There's no justification for wanting to be able to claim the rights to the digital likeness of actors, especially without being able to significantly compensate them for using their image. Oh no, they were in our movie once, so we get to use their image whenever we want. No, screw that. That's stupid. But it sounds like everything else, compensation, benefits, health coverage, what will be called a residual, but is really more like a bonus system, like the writer's got. It sounds like all those are bridged. And if the studios can get their heads out of their asses and just realize that this AI issue should not happen at all, and it sounds like maybe they're getting closer to that. And maybe the actors cede a little bit extra to motivate them. I don't know. But it sounds like we could finally put this freaking nightmare behind us and get moving on this. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Marine Lair. It's official, guys. I have found the softest t-shirt of all time, so soft, it's ridiculous. All thanks to the San Francisco-based Marine Lair. Marine Lair is the go-to brand for great fitting and stylish closet staples. Their clothes are that perfect mix of laid-back style and also looks and feels premium. It's time to invest in a wardrobe that will actually last. For a limited time, the John Campea Show viewers and listeners get an exclusive 15% off with the code Campea15 at marinelair.com. Now, guys, you know I am not the most fashionable guy in the world, but I appreciate a good looking shirt, but more importantly, I appreciate a comfortable shirt. And the shirts that I've got from Marine Lair fit both of those beautifully. And they've even got sizes like Marge, which is in between medium and large, so everyone can get their perfect fit. The best part, if you buy any 3 tees from Marine Lair, you automatically get 20% off. And Marine Lair goes way beyond just t-shirts too. They've got super laid back overshirts, pants, jackets, and all the cozy layers you want for the cooler seasons. I think we can all admit that the perfect tee can be hard to find. Look no further than Marine Lair. For a limited time, get 15% off with the code CAMPEA15 at marinelair.com. That's Campea15 for 15% off your entire order at marinelair.com. Saving your closet one shirt at a time. Rob, we live in an era where it feels like it's a fool's errand to hope. But this is the same type of stuff we heard coming out literally a day or two before the writer's strike got settled. Do you think this is it? Do you think we're about to get a deal, or do you think we're getting our hopes up for nothing?
I think we are. I mean, like you, I've heard from a few people. I think we are. Because everybody, look, when no one's working, no one's making any money. When no one's making television or movies, the rest of the industry and all the other industries that serve the industry are not making money.
Yeah.
Everybody wants this to end. I think people thought it would end right away after the writer's strike ended. So I think most people want to see this go away and move forward, and everybody wants to go back to work. And I think that motivation is strong before going into the holidays. So I think, and by the way, if we were into November, I'd be more pessimistic. There's 2 more days left in October. That means they could get 3 weeks worth of shooting done before Thanksgiving, and they could actually crank out an episode or 2 maybe before Christmas. I don't know if they can get up and running that fast, but something can get done. And I think if we don't have it today, I think by tomorrow. I think that by the end of October, that gives them 2 months. I know they've got the holidays, but at least that's a substantial chunk of time Deadpool 3 can go back into production.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, who knows how much they can get done in that period of time. But something can, because right now nothing's getting done.
And once the ink dries, it's going to be a hellscape administratively and from a logistics point of view because there are so many projects that we're supposed to have started and finished by now.
Yeah.
So there is such a backup, and everybody's going to be fighting for crews. Everybody's going to be fighting for talent, both in front and behind the camera. Everybody's going to be fighting for location security. It's going to be a madhouse as everybody sprints to get back into production. So let's keep our fingers crossed that by this time tomorrow, we're going to be talking about the end of the strike.
Hope so.
And everything gets back to normal. Because, my God, this is stretched on way too long. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.